You know who The Rock looks like, Betty? He
Who?
looks like me, circa age 7 or 8, because I couldn't afford a wrestling championship. So I would hold a parent or grandparents or one of my belts up and act like I am champion too.
Well, I just want to point out also you've done this on the show.
Oh yes.
Welcome everyone to the
Oh,
Untitled
no.
Manny and Marcus show, the groundbreaking Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I am Lord Manny Hayes. He is
One half of the King of the Ropes, Marcus, the grand finale, and the other half is right there. He just didn't say it because I don't know if he's as proud of it, and he's going to claim to be Kings of the Ropes. Now we are kings of the internet, man. We're kings of the internet. We're the fastest growing wrestling podcast in the world.
Wrestling Cult. Wrestling Cult.
Oh wait, are we really going to the Colts? I mean, there's a Colt of Cornette. Do we want to take that from them? And yes, that's right. Have a Colt. People will pay your bills. Drink my Kool-Aid. You know what? By the way, I hate you and Eric, and I don't even know if this is a ongoing show thing. But it's not. But you guys
What
have
did
brought
I
up
do?
Abbott. Just hold on. Wait a minute. You guys brought up Abbott Elementary, and
Yeah, like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Just to let you know, over the weekend, I binge watched 2 seasons of it. This is what you guys started. This is what you guys have started.
And how much do you love Ava and dislike Janine?
I would say if I was running a school, Janine would be perfect and Ava would be fired. But I love Ava because this isn't a real school. Every time she looks into the camera after she says anything, I die laughing. Every single time.
Did you see the part? what we're supposed to be talking about? When she meets Janine's mum, and then she's about to cuss out Janine, and then she looks at this ratchet woman. You can beat my ass, can't you?
Oh no, yeah. I haven't got to that one yet.
What?
No. I don't know what season that's in.
That's part season 2.
Is that the end of season 2?
I think so. It's near.
Yeah, I haven't finished season 2. I have 3 more episodes to go.
Oh, so... one of the funniest things ever. There wasn't much wrestling news unless you ended up watching the CM Punk document. It's not even a documentary. It wasn't even a documentary. He was talking to Ariel Helwani.
Can I say what it is?
2 hours. But nearly 2 hours.
Yeah. They decided to do a Club Shay Shay interview instead. I feel like every 6 months we need to just have Phil talk about stuff in the interview. Don't matter where he's at. Just catch up. Just to see what's new, what's going on. And what would I think that we could go over the whole interview or whatnot, but it's kind of redundant from whatever you read the dirt sheets about the AEW, Jack Perry, CM Punk experience. Most of that is just confirmed. But Manny, what was your main takeaway from this 2-hour interview?
So he didn't have to sign an NDA for anything he did. It's whoever else was trying to prevent their character being destroyed via this NDA.
Is that Tony? I can't see anybody else.
I have a feeling it may be Kenny in the Bucks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You think they got involved again at All In?
No, the NDA about Brawl Out.
Oh, okay.
Because he said he can't talk about it, but he didn't have to sign an NDA for the stuff he did.
Oh, okay. I got both stories mixed up. But I thought the most interesting thing was the involvement in Nick Khan in the back, basically. Always because he brought him up multiple times and stuff, and how he tried to rehire him for the
FS1 powerful man.
Yeah, this guy is making moves and he might be CEO of the year somewhere because WWE is booming. He somehow ousted Vince McMahon. If he intentionally did this or not, I don't know. He's, businesses are going everywhere. It's going to be the biggest WrestleMania ever. This got the biggest Raw gate, which I didn't even know was a thing. What's going to happen? Yeah, when they and it's just like there's a lot of things. And he brought CM Punk back to WWE. And I was like, I thought that was the most interesting part of all of this, and the fact that Bayley is the cause for him showing up with Tamina in the back. I should have known Bayley was up to no good.
I wanted to point out the funniest thing, and I know we don't talk about him anymore, but Mr. Redacted. So
Yes.
when CM Punk reunited with Mr. Redacted, they were in the gym. He was told Mr. Redacted doesn't like people on the phone in the gym. So he's working out. He sees Mr. Redacted. They hug it out, and then Mr. Redacted. I'm really good at just saying Mr. Redacted.
Yeah, you really are. It's like you've been practicing. I was like, wow. I would have been like, redacted.
Mr. Redacted says we'll have a conversation upstairs once I've done my workout. And CM Punk says that's the last time I've ever seen him. and then Ariel Helwani goes, "Why? What happened?" And then CM Punk's just like, "I think he got really busy because stuff came up."
As he quote, he's a miserable man who made other people's lives miserable or something like that.
No, he ruined his life.
By ruining others' lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also found it funny when he was trying to justify everything he did, when he was like, we haven't brought, everybody's going up to the ring. I'm going to confront Jack. It was like, why you got to be stupid or something like that? And he just goes up and then, Jack is like, I'm going to fight you. And he's like, I'll kill you. Like, nothing that I wouldn't say.
And he laughed as he said it. I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah. And then he says, I didn't punch you, but I did do a little choking. I was like, that's a little joke. A little joke. Which is, to me, hilarious. In this interview, I felt like CM Punk came off as a reasonable person, and I think there's another side to his unreasonable side. I think there is, he comes off as being like everybody in that locker room is crazy, and he was the only sane one. I'm sure there's another side where this motherfucker was crazy.
There's 100% another side, but the thing, I'm a little bit disappointed because all as you put it, as we were talking prior, all the AEW kiss asses in that company decided to come out and respond to this interview. However, the one person we were all expecting, Mr. Nuclear Tony Khan, who loves a good tweet and retaliation tweet when he's angry, didn't. And I waited maybe 4 hours for this. I think Marcus is frozen. Yes, I think he's frozen. While we wait for him to come back, I did happen to watch the Roman Reigns documentary, the A&E one, and the Bray Wyatt one that was on last night. My review of the Bray Wyatt one was nice insight, but it was also a little bit. It felt like it was too soon. It really felt too soon to be hearing all that information. I felt also because he died so young, it was like I was a year old. I was 37 years old and he was 36 when he died. And it was just like, that's really close to my age and for a heart attack, and he wasn't wearing the vest to shock his heart. That was pretty scary. And I understand why he's not being put in the Hall of Fame this year, because I feel like to bring all that stuff up, you need to process a lot of that stuff, and it felt a bit too soon for the family also. The Roman Reigns interview, A&E documentary, that was good. You got a lot of backstage stuff, like Roman's how Roman felt after being cashed in on by Seth. during his match against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 31, and him feeling low, and the essentially the build up to Roman Reigns, the character we see now. Very interesting. He is back, ladies and gentlemen.
Bullshit. I swear. Please donate to the show so I can leave this neighborhood. Quit Spectrum Internet, and this never happened again. I swear to God, these fucking outages happen more than anything ever with Spectrum. Random ass outage. This had nothing even to do with this stream, I don't think. I think it was just one of the random outages I get throughout the week.
Yeah, Bray's father, IRS, is going in this year.
Serious.
Yeah, no. To save time, I started talking about the A&E documentaries and the Bray Wyatt documentary.
Oh, okay. I was like, shit, we're serious. I better stop.
No, yeah. It was. I felt the Bray Wyatt one was very, very weird. In that, it's just like, because you know where it's leading up to, and it's JoJo talking about how Bray died, and it was like, ugh, I didn't want to hear it. I wasn't prepared to hear it again.
Yeah, it's just, it's one of those unfortunate situations where, the main thing, I haven't watched the documentary yet, but seeing all the stuff that was playing, that Fiend mask actually scared me. The custom made what I saw online, and I went, "Oh, that shit's scary as hell." And I don't think that would have made TV, but it just seems like again, as we've said multiple times, it shows some unfortunate situation that Bray is no longer with us. And it's not more about wrestling; it's more for his family and stuff like that.
What's the other bit of news? It was an AEW release, mass release wrestlers, but the only one I was like, why did they release her? Was the Dasher one? I was like, I don't want to hear the other guy all the time.
Yeah, I prefer Dasha over Justin Roberts. I'm annoyed by Justin Roberts now. I used to like Justin Roberts back in his heyday. I thought he was all right. And then as time went on, as I hear all these other announcers and stuff, like he ranks so low. He ranks so low compared to everybody else in any other company right now. Whether it's Ring of Honor, New Japan, WWE, TNA, like I just feel like it's just his style is dated and it seems self-serving. But anyway, Stu Grace is gone, and Gravity was fired, Manny. Now we know. Now we get to the nitty-gritty, because I think Gravity I didn't even know he was announced to be All Elite. I just thought he was guest starring Gravity for these weeks. So I thought Commander was next on the list. The boys
the
only
difference between these releases to the WWE ones is there's no compete. They don't have a no compete.
Man, who wants these people?
Who
wanted any of these people? Still Grayson, maybe. Like he's extremely athletic. The boy, nah. They're only good with Don Castle, and honestly, I can replace them with any set of twins in the world, and they can, call themselves the boys. I would be okay with that. There was a bunch of people I didn't know.
Well, Parker Boudreaux got released again, so it's clearly him, and not we've not seen anything. It's clearly him. So WWE were right to release him. AEW were also right to release him. There is nothing there.
It's true. He had a look. It was like, oh, he looks like the next Brock Lesnar. He looks like Brock. But there, it's one thing to look like Brock, but to actually be as athletic and as talented as Brock and whatever he does, even though he is kind of canceled these days, it's just it's horrible. It's a shit show. Yeah, it's absolutely horrible.
As for that,
not ready to do a Raw, Benny? Ready to do a Raw?
I guess so.
All right, with the Raw Dogs tonight. Can we be the Raw Dogs? On Monday with the Raw Dogs.
I don't want to be called that.
You sound like someone being picked on. I just don't want to be called that. Thank you, please. I don't understand. Please understand that, please. For so I can go to so I don't burn in hell for ridiculous reasons. Or my penis to burn in hell. Whatever. Don't want to be the Raw Dogs. Manny gets famous and meets a girl, and all of a sudden she's like, "But they called y'all the Raw Dogs, honey. I'm wearing a condom for you." I'm sorry, we are not the Raw Dogs with you.
Not with you. There's so much disdain.
Yeah,
Everyone else, but you.
Everyone else is a maybe. You are absolutely no.
So Raw opens up with them letting us know that this is the highest gate, the 13th consecutive sellout. And then The Rock takes 2 hours to come to the ring.
Rollins commercial free. But if we were to cut the commercial and The Rock's long ass entrance, which I admire, okay? Again, I want to confess on this show that I am Dwayne the Rock Johnson Mark, okay? I just think his entrance is one of the coolest in the game right now. I just the electricity, that energy, I still get it. I still get it, man. I don't understand.
Now, during night 1 of WrestleMania, if him and Roman come out separately and their entrances go over 10 minutes, I'm taking a shit. I am literally leaving the stream and taking a shit.
Well, Manny, I want to introduce a new challenge. We introduced the Tribal Chief Challenge for multiple of these WrestleManias.
Challenge?
The Goosebumps Challenge. It's on the rock, where we just keep rubbing our goosebumps and twitching randomly. I want to enter that one, but it was a long, exhausting intro, and the final boss went out there. He said what he had to say, and I was involved. He first he started full heel. He was evil, and then he started talking about, we broke the gate record, y'all. We did it.
No, the thing that got me the moment, because of what we watched last week, The Rock came out. He said the one thing missing from the belt, other than Cody's blood last week, was the tears of Mama Rhodes.
Mama
Rhodes. We found out what he actually whispered to Cody, that he was going to make him bleed tonight, and then the Cody crybabies did not like it. The Rock shows the kids reacting to Cody beat down, which I thought was hilarious. The second one where the kid was like, Cody Rhodes died.
So the first one, when he put it up, I died laughing. And then, you start thinking, this is hilarious. And then the second one comes up, oh, it's adorable, but sad at the same time.
No, but the first one was even just as funny, because the little girl was like, I'm not going to watch Moana anymore.
Hey, Manny, wrestling tries to pull this kayfabe shit off every now and then. That it's a legit show or legit people.
It's real to the kids.
Yeah, but can Disney cancel The Rock at this point? He should lose Moana for the way he's acting. He's beating a man from behind, whipping him, calling him a boy, which has very strong racial undertones to it. I never thought I'd say a black man is being racist.
Cody ain't black.
Yes, Manny, but he is Latino. And I don't know how The Rock treats the people running his Terramana company. But he whips the hell out of Latinos right now. And he keeps yelling boy and stuff. I'm canceling him. I feel the racist energy from him. Like he's one slave master mustache away from being too much.
So The Rock, after showing this footage, says Uncle Rock is going to drop some gospel. There are moments in life where we got to do what we got to do. There are moments in life where people stick their nose in business where it doesn't belong. There are moments in life where people talk shit when they shouldn't be talking shit. And that's exactly what Cody Rhodes did. And there are moments in life where The Rock got to beat that punk ass down over and over.
Yes. This man is full on heel. And he brings out the Tribal Chief.
He brings out Roman, who did another good 5 to 10 minutes of him walking to the ring.
I believe I can listen to all 27 Beyonce tracks before these two got to the ring.
He wants to thank his cousin because this will be the easiest WrestleMania of his life. because they're gonna smash them fools, and then it's bloodline rules, and they're gonna have their way with Cody.
What's the difference between prison rules and bloodline rules, man? Because we get a bloodline rules later in the match, and I didn't see anything different other than we can throw you through tables.
He thanks The Rock for going above and beyond for whooping Cody, and it felt good to see him do it. He put his family above all, and that's the example only the final boss can set. He reminds everyone Cody is not fit for leadership. He is a politician. He's lucky to be here. Roman can't have Cody try and take him off the mountain because it's our mountain and they run the business.
Yes.
Business.
So, what do you think of, because in the documentary, I'm sure you brought it up, that Roman's going to retire or leave WWE once he loses the title. Do you really believe him? Because he brought it up in this promo as well. Because his career is on the line this Sunday.
No. He makes too much money.
But maybe he's done with it. He's tired, man. He's tired. Look at all the gray Jay put in his beard.
Maybe he just needs time off. You say gray, but
that man does not. Hold on. This man does not need time off.
This man dyed his beard to be on Raw this week.
This man does not need time off. I'm telling you that right now. He's had a lot of time off. In fact, The Rock has worked more dates than the Roman Reigns on the road to WrestleMania. The Rock's been on like every show except for one. They both did travel to the Mexican Sun this week. But,
Seth Rollins' music hits. He comes down from the crowd. He says last week they crossed the line, and the way he feels, time for talk is over, and he's ready for a fight. He's talking about tonight. He suggests a main event, Seth Rollins versus The Rock, but he doesn't think DJ has the balls. But maybe Roman has grown a set, so he'd be more than happy to take on Roman Reigns. He leaves it up to them. The Rock tells him he doesn't want none of that. He ain't gonna fight either of them, boy. I felt racist for saying that. Marcus.
Who has he been hanging around, Manny? I'm really concerned about The Rock's company at this point.
Solo steps up and says The Rock steps up, and The Rock says it's bloodline rules. And in the back, The Rock and Roman say Solo is ready, and we learn that Roman is leaving and is writing the wise man's speech. Paul Heyman says the tribal chief will be inducting him into the Hall of Fame. And we also learn that The Rock will be inducting his grandmama.
So I think this is too much power for The Rock. His grandmama, with all due respect to the show Young Rock, did not seem like she was running a feasible business.
No.
I'm not putting her in. Honestly, The Rock sounds like he could be in Roots, but on the other side. Like, oh, he's whooping Kuta Kente in this one. He's showing range. Hey, if he wanted to be a slave master, he can wear one of his jungle outfits if he wants. He has 800,000 of them.
I feel like he needs to wear his debut outfit.
Oh, yes. Anyway, I'm really disappointed. The crowd erupted in cheers when he's like, I challenge The Rock or I challenge Roman. And then when Solo stepped up, I was like, well, he doesn't have a match, so he's the only one that's not going to get hurt. If he got hurt, who cares? Solo don't matter.
So Jimmy. We get the first match tonight, which is a New Day and DIY versus the Judgment Day. It was a decent match. Damien took out Kofi with a chokeslam and finished Ciampa with a Razor's Edge for the win for the Judgment Day. Dom invited Legado del Fantasma to the clubhouse. Priest tells him this is too much. Dom tells Mummy to have a word with Damien, not to get angry, and she tells him he needs to get his communication on point. It was so weird.
It was awkward. Because Dom is making moves, quote unquote, and add to the fact. I would like to tell Dom one thing, though. Look at the size of that little clubhouse, man. It can't fit all these people.
And the fact that they were supposed to be playing darts. And that was the way they were throwing those darts was not regulation.
They had no room. They were like it. They may as well be playing in a small bathroom. What they call it? The little stall, a stall.
Cubicle.
Huh?
Cubicle or stall. It's called a cubicle in over here, but I know America call it a stall.
Yeah, a small ass bathroom stall. That's what it looked like. You saw that they were just in a corner. It was poorly. There was no way to shoot this to make it look like they had more than a tiny corner of the locker room. It was just like, dog, this is a poor decision. We can't afford this. This is why Thanos snapped away half the universe. We don't have the resources for this. You can't merge this. You can't add all these others, Mexican Latinos or whatever into this group. All right, you, Priest, and Balor are enough.
And then we get the best visual package. Sami Zayn is working with Chad Gable, and exhausted Sami taps out to a sneak sleeper hold, and then a furious Sami goes, "What the hell is that?
What the hell is that? What do you mean the hell is that?"
Chad tells Sami, "Gunther ain't gonna care if you're tired or not."
You got a point.
Chad tells Sami he lost his hunger he had from last year when he main evented WrestleMania. He is trying to pull that out of him, but something is holding him back. Sami says he's afraid of letting people down, himself, everyone that believed in him. Sami felt...
May I interrupt?
What's that?
May I interrupt? You can't just say that line like you said it. I'm sorry.
What line?
Because I thought they were going to get sued for stealing off the Rocky 3. I think it's Rocky 3. That's what that line was. I'm afraid, okay? I'm afraid. I'm glad I'm afraid. And Rocky's just going off like that. I'm afraid I'll lose it all. They just couldn't. It was word for word Rocky 3 or 4. That's what it was. Yeah, it was a Rocky. It was for Rocky.
Sami felt it when Chad looked at him a couple of weeks ago or last week, and it looked him in the eyes and told him he can't beat Gunther. Chad tells him he told him what he needed to hear. He is at his best when people doubt him. Sami finds another gear and fires up. This was a really good video package.
It was. It was like watching Rocky.
The only thing missing was the stairs. The only thing was missing was the stairs.
You know my favorite part of it? It's my favorite part is the head slap at the end, but it's not a different movie. From Predator, you son of a bitch. That's how that thing in it. And it was like, I had me bump. One of my favorite part about this, though, they do this video package where Sami is believing that he can win. And then Sami has his match with Big Bronson Reed. And I don't know if you want to, I'll gloss over. Sami wins. Or it ends in a no contest. I mean, it ends in a no contest. He wins me a DQ, maybe? I don't know.
I think Bronson would have won. Sami may have won by DQ, but they didn't announce it.
They didn't announce it. There was never a bell. And my favorite part is Sami was believing it to himself, and then Gunther starts slapping the shit out of him. The dead body, the dead carcass that he dragged out of Chad Gable. At that point, Manny, I have given up. I would have given up. I don't believe I could fight. Gunther's better than me. He whooped my ass and dragged my trainer out to the ring. He killed Chad Gable and me. If I'm the referee and Bronson Reed in the ring, I'm going, oh, what do we do? You want to throw the match out?
Because Gunther looked more like Gru from Despicable Me more than ever this week.
Yes. This looks like disgruntled parent Gunther who beat the shit out of Sami, to be honest.
Yeah,
he was feeling himself in the groove with the turtleneck. All he was missing was the scarf and some minions. Where's his goons? Why is he doing dirty work?
I don't know. Then we get Maxine Dupree and Ivy Nile versus Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. Indy Hartwell makes me so mad.
Why? Because she didn't like the Candice tactics, or just she
doesn't like Candice tactics? Do you know what? If she doesn't like the tactics, and we won a match because of those dirty tactics, telling her you ain't getting nothing from the pay window. You're a loser. Go to the loser pay window.
I don't think the pay window works like that. I don't think they cut checks for one person. Sorry. Your tag partner's taking your other paycheck. Why? She said you did nothing. I saw the match. You didn't.
Candice knocks Ivy off the top rope, but Indy hesitates and gets rolled up by Maxine Dupree. So she gets the win. Do you know what? We don't give this woman credit all the time, but Maxine Dupree looked more. How have we described her in the past? Someone with
Confident?
no rhythm. She looked more, because normally she looks really like stiff in the ring. That's why she doesn't seem fluid. She looked more fluid this week in terms of like she moved. She didn't seem like lost. Everything moved a bit more better.
Yeah, but to quote a wise person, you lost to Maxine, bruh. The Miss Candice actually yelled at Indy, we lost to Maxine? It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. And, you know, I will say she wasn't as bad, but I don't remember much of what she did in this match. It wasn't that long of a match, and I was more interested. Yeah.
She took a good beating in this match.
I was more invested in what dirty tactic Candice was going to use. I wanted to continue the winning streak of Candice and her dirty tactics. I want to see what she was going to do this week. And this week, she fell off the apron. I was a little disappointed.
Hey, Marcus, look in my eyes. What do you see? Ooh. CM Punk has no match in Philly.
We're at the Drew McIntyre funeral.
Yes.
The man came in here just full of hate and ill toward
I have the word, Marcus.
Okay. Okay, go for it.
The world lost the opportunity to see an out of shape has-been main event WrestleMania when his brittle, fragile body failed him worse than in the UFC. Punk's tricep, like the rest of us, wanted to get as far away from him as possible. And now we're left with a thin-skinned guy who saw Jared Leto's The Joker and built his entire personality based on him. Seth Cringe Lord Rollins. Seth is broken. He's already has one foot in the grave. His pride is he is convinced he will survive the Rock and Roman and the Bloodline and still beat him. He deserves all the beatings coming his way. He deserves all the pain, the suffering, and the misery because he has begged him for it. You deserve to have the casket closed on your championship reign. Amen.
Amen. And Manny, killer line of the year. You base your whole personality off the Jared Leto Joker.
You know when he said that, I lost
Which
a
is
lot of Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I was like, damn, that's true. You know what? God damn it. He hit it. I didn't know what it was to hit, but he hit it right there. When he did that, I was like, Drew has to win. Drew has to win. This road to WrestleMania has done so much damage for me for Seth that it has done any good for him. I feel Drew has elevated his game. I enjoy Punk in his little bit of this. Roman regained some power this week when he was talking about Cody this week in his promo. The Rock looks amazing. Everybody, I feel like, is up their game for WrestleMania, and Rhea and Becky and I feel like everybody's on their top of their game.
Rhea has. I don't think Rhea's done anything different.
Nah, well, you know, she exists, man. I'm gonna give Rhea points for this channel. I don't care what you say. She showed her ass on the show, and all of a sudden our channel is booming. Rhea gets a pass no matter what. But everybody's up their game in some way or fashion. Yeah. Seth just seems to be taking L's every single time he come out there. Every single time.
We get Ricochet versus Ivar. Everyone seemed disappointed that Valhalla wasn't out there for the Antlers.
Yeah, I would like to say, what the fuck? Where is she? We're on the road to WrestleMania. Maybe
we're on the road to WrestleMania, Marcus. Ricochet wins with a 630 senton, but how the hell did he give Ivar a fall-away slam?
Yeah, that was impressive. Again, as they were hyping up Ricochet, as we were like, you'll see him and not believe him and all that stuff. Of all the flippity-do guys in the world of wrestling, his just seemed like commonplace. It just seems like, and like his athleticism just is always surprising and always smooth and it's quick. Like when he did the flip to the outside on top of Ivar, it just seemed like, damn, he made that look easy. And then this fall-away slam made no sense.
It's sad this Friday when he wins the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Oh, you got Richard.
Yeah, the man's on a winning streak.
I have Bronson Reed winning the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Why? Because he missed out on Australia?
Maybe. Or because, you know, they had him beat Sammy and then they protected him in the Sammy match tonight. But out of the three, I would like to see either Ricochet, Bronson Reed, or Ivar win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Even though, Manny, I'm going to be on for the record. I don't give a fuck about that Battle Royal. I don't even know why I'm a winner. Only successful person to come out of that is Jey Uso. Ever. Bobby's career's been downhill since he won it.
Baron Corbin still got a job. He's part of the Wolf Dog.
Barely, he's in the minor leagues, Manny. Imagine being in the Imagine being an NBA player and celebrating your big 3 trophies that he has as a tag team champion with the Wolfman. The
Wolfman.
That made it worse. You team with the Wolfman? Yeah, we like work on full moons.
Becky Lynch comes out. She says her and Rhea done all the talking they need to do and calls her out to fight her. Adam Pearce says they are not doing this tonight, but then says they will have to wait till WrestleMania. Rhea's music hits. She ain't saving it for WrestleMania, she says numerous times. And Adam Pearce is the dumbest guy ever because he's supposed to keep her separated. And then he falls for a belt being thrown at him?
Yeah, whoops. He falls for a belt and so Rhea. Manny, for the record, I am drafting Rhea at this NFL draft for those crossover moves. She got through all of them.
Like, I have a higher draft pick than the Packers.
I'm putting her on my defensive line. You saw the way she got through the O-line. Those guys are O-linemen big. She was swimming through them. I was like, wow. She doesn't even have pants on. She's doing this. This is impressive. I also would like to call Adam Pearce the dumbest general manager in the history of wrestling. And he has fell behind Nick Aldis this week in the stupidest decision ever. Of all the matches, he's going to bring out security to protect people from. He didn't tell anybody to protect the Intercontinental title where Gunther beat the shit out of Sammy in the middle of his match. He didn't have anybody save Cody when The Rock was bludgeoning him last week and again in the main event this week.
The Cody and Seth thing makes sense, but I don't know about you, but all that security versus Gunther, they may have the numbers game, but I think Gunther will destroy them all.
I don't care if he destroys them. I just want the attempt that you cared. I think Rhea and Becky will be the easiest pull apart of all. I'm just saying. They're the two smallest.
The pull apart continues backstage, Marcus. The pull apart continues backstage where Dom is even trying to pull back Rhea. And then Adam Pearce yells at Dom, "Control your mommy."
Oh, yeah. Very misogynistic. But this will be their second. They had 3 pull aparts in the day. They did one at Ariel Helwani's interview where Becky decided to show up. And they seem like having it under control there. I don't know who Pierce hired.
Well, a guy in a suit managed to just stop Rhea and Becky.
Yeah.
Just one guy in a suit.
Oh, here's the question. When did Rhea hurt her hand or break her arm?
So on the Ariel Helwani, what's the MMA hour? She said that it'd been bothering her for a while, so she's just putting it in a cast for
cautionary,
conserving her doing any more damage to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was like, that was out of nowhere. Because we were seeing it in the interview, but I didn't watch the interview. You know, I needed to sleep at some point because Phil took my time. I knew it was happening, and I didn't have any attempt to watch it, but I woke up.
The Rhea thing was only like 10 minutes. Yeah, the Rhea one was only like 10 minutes. Yeah,
I could have stayed probably 2 more minutes.
But if you pay close attention to the highest rated short on this channel, which was posted like 2 weeks ago of Rhea, she has the cast on in that match.
Oh,
but everyone's focused on the cheeks and not the wrist.
Yeah. Wow. Look at me. Look at us being men.
I mean, I knew about it. I saw it.
Manny, I looked at the clip once. Okay.
I'm not a pervert, Marcus. I'm not a pervert.
You say that with all the thumbnails. I'm going to take you to pervert court, Manny. Exhibit A.
Hey,
Check out these thumbnails.
Just because I cater to perverts does not make me one.
And that's the line that got thrown in jail. Manny, where were you at? I was at Diddy's house. I'm not a pervert, but I was catering to him. I was doing catering. Doing catering with Redacted and Diddy.
Damage Control take on Tegan Knox, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Stark in a match no one cared about.
Yeah, no one cares, and I don't know what starts this. This BL starts with Indy, and then JK would follow up. She's working on the crowd as she smells BL. What is going on?
Indy,
I'm sure
I go with JK Smush. Anytime you see Indy, she has this face of like a what if I just fucking smell?
Yeah. I just feel like she's just bad at her job. Like, I think, and I may be wrong here, and I don't care what anybody say, I would draft Maxine Dupree before I draft Indy Hartwell.
Can I just also point out, last year, I took a lot of flack from Wes on the Stand and Deliver watch along.
Oh.
And then I think you afterwards, when I said Indy Hartwell should have not won the NXT Championship at that show.
Wait a minute, I agree with you.
No, you were against me saying that.
No, I don't remember being against you for that one. I remember being at the show saying, "Oh, she won." Wasn't so happy about that at all.
Yeah, she should have won. That was the time I thought. That was the time I went. You should have given it to Tiffany Stratton right off the bat.
Or I would have just gave back to Roxanne.
No.
Or anybody in that match. Anybody in that match other than Indy. I thought the finish work with Lubis helping her was okay, but other than that, I didn't support her being champion. I'm glad it wasn't that long or memorable.
And then we get the main event: Solo Sikoa versus Seth Rollins. Drew stares down Seth as he makes his way to the ring. As he walks away, he says, "I ain't dead yet." And then Drew emphasizes the yet.
Yes.
And then, Marcus, you know how we feel about Ken Shamrock. Pat McAfee, as chairs are being thrown directly in Solo's face, and he's not blocking. He's just absorbing these chair shots to the face. He says, "Is that Ken Shamrock?" No, it's Solo Sikoa eating chair shots to the head.
You know, that's what I love about Pat. That's a good old fashioned. That is a wrestling fan reference right there. Because everybody
is it though, or was he fed that line? Because I don't know if he would have said that.
I think he knew that line. I feel like Pat is around our age, Manny. He grew up watching Ken Shamrock take those chair shots to the head. So I'm going to say he was not fed that line. Oh,
Jimmy comes out. Yeah, so many tables. And then Jimmy comes out. Jay comes out. They brawl towards the back. The Rock takes out Jay. The Rock stares down Seth Rollins. It was a clever ruse to have Cody run down at the Rock. Cody tries to give the Rock a rock bottom through the table, but Roman makes the save because apparently, rather than write a speech, he decided to hide underneath a ring.
Yeah, Roman was like, "I didn't leave. My speech for Paul was 2 minutes." Shout out for I'm looking forward to that Hall of Fame speech, and I like that it's still in character. I think there's numerous people that would speak for Paul Heyman to get to the Hall of Fame, but having his tribal chief do it would be someone. I want him in full character and emotional mess.
I want Paul Heyman to come out and be like, "Thank you, my tribal chief. Thank you."
Yes. And then Saturday when you kill them, you know, and do a whole bit. I don't even want Paul Heyman, but that should be entertaining. I thought it was a good plan and a nice beatdown to go into WrestleMania because this is the go home show.
Those hits with those belts, those were dirty.
Yeah, I have flashbacks of the time Cody was getting whipped by MJF for the what was it 10 last
Yeah, I
season,
felt
whatever?
really that was really uncomfortable because remember when Dustin stepped in for like 3?
I'll take him. I'll take him. It was so dramatic.
Oh, that was so like that one was really uncomfortable. Like it was good TV, but it
Yeah,
was really uncomfortable.
it was good. I think I remember Brandy coming out, individuals coming out, and they really sold the hell out of just getting whipped with a belt. Like,
Yeah.
no, he don't deserve this. Spare the boy's life. Well, they whooped ass, and that's basically how Raw ended, with the Bloodline staying on top and The Rock, the final boss. And I thought it was a nice it was a nice go home show. Good energy in the crowd. If it wasn't there wasn't any standout like great match on the show, but it was a really entertaining show. It was a nice go home show.
I am a little bit concerned because I think SmackDown ain't gonna bring it as much. Where are they in Where's SmackDown?
Philly.
Maybe
they
they
got the
will bring it,
WrestleMania
but like,
audience.
you
They got nothing on their car. It's a pre-show.
Yeah, it's a pre-show and it's never that good.
Yeah, they're just going to give them. They get a lot of vignettes. They got the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, and then they have like whatever small feuds going on. And I was shocked to find out that the Final Testament and the Pride are making WrestleMania this year.
Yeah, and the most boring announcement ever. The way he recorded it, the way he was speaking, I was like, oh man, just tweet it. Just tweet. I don't want to see your face. This was like 2 minutes of my life of him taking ages to get to the point that this match was going to be a WrestleMania match.
Yeah, Manny, they did release the night 1, night 2 card, which I'm glad they did, and both cards look balanced. I like the balance of both cards. No, I don't have it up, so they can look online. We don't have to go over it. We could cover that maybe Thursday or some other time.
Speaking of, tomorrow there is no episode of ETE.
You canceled it, you bastard, Manny! The numbers were fine! We had Legends Night, we bounced back! How dare you, son of a bitch! You no good son of a bitch! I can't believe you canceled it. I can't believe you motherfucking canceled it. Oh my god. We should have called it ETE. We should have called it END. The
end. No, it's not ended. However, because it's WrestleMania and Marcus hasn't had time to record an episode of ETE for tomorrow, we are going to do a WrestleMania 40 2K24 simulation. And the only tag match I'm including is The Rock, Roman Reigns, and Cody and Seth. Because fuck tag matches.
You know who you sound like, Manny? You sounded like Redacted 2 years ago when he was booking WrestleMania. When he was like, the only tag match I'm booking, fuck tag matches. That sounds like something Redacted was saying, to be honest, word for word.
Well, it's not only that, but it's like the main tag matches would be Jade Cargill's tag match. She's not in the game yet. I don't want to use creator wrestlers because they never look right. So we won't be doing that one. I don't care enough about Bobby Lashley and Street Profits versus Karrion Kross and his boys, because his boys are not even in the game either. And I don't want to do that. So we'll try and cover the simulation for most matches, but I have a feeling that could go on for ages. So we may cut down for time.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of cut down for time, I just realized we missed something on Raw, Manny. I don't know why people aren't talking about this, but I was really excited to see Lio Rush return to Monday Night Raw. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah. Right before Jey Uso walked to the ring, and he was going to have his match. I mean, he walked by Lil Wayne, and he said, Lil Wayne, Lio Rush. I messed up the joke. And he said he's gonna be back and perform his new single. And I was like, oh, it's good that they got Lio Rush. Not Lil Wayne, who was just, I thought, in the most awkward moment of the week, everything about that. What had happened? Someone had just gotten beaten. Sammy just got beaten by Gunther, which is Jay's boy. But Jay's back there, eating and dancing on his way. And then he walks by like in a fucking RPG. Lil Wayne just sitting there, no phone, just in a corner, chilling, thinking about his life. And he goes, "Oh, Lil Wayne, yeah, I'll be there."
If anything, Marcus, Lil Wayne was sitting there like a cutscene was not a cutscene, a side quest was about to happen.
Yeah, it's like Jay Wayne. Oh, I found Lil Wayne. What's it gonna see? Do you accept me to show up at WrestleMania? Lil Wayne will be there.
Yeah, so we'll be doing simulation tomorrow. We'll
How long
probably
is this gonna be?
I want to say at most 2 hours. Because you know simulation computer games, they don't go as the way you want them to do.
Yeah, it's a panel.
But it'd be a good way to preview some of these matches and stuff like that. And then as usual, we'll be back on Thursday. But I don't feel like we should really be talking about AEW this week.
What the hell? You have to talk about AEW this week. CM Punk attacked them, their pride, their company, called their owner a clown. And they said they're not a business. I think you have to cover it. Even Dave Meltzer went at him this week. When he talked about Mercedes don't need to be on commentary. Which it's rare when Meltzer agrees with anybody on this show.
You know what I accidentally watched yesterday?
I don't know. Yes, man.
I think it was Dutch Mantel talking about this too.
I don't know why that's funny. It's an accident. Actually, I was just stumbling on YouTube and then, goddamn, that was Sam Coulter.
Yeah, it was the strangest thing, but my initial thoughts were kind of similar. We're in the wrap-up phase, but I think out of the three, they've done Mercedes Moné the worst out of all of them. At least when Will came in, he went into a match kind of like within the first week. Okada ended up in a storyline immediately. He turned heel and he's with the Young Bucks. He's aligned himself with the Young Bucks, so there's stuff going on.
And he has a wrestling Ferrari, Manny, when he shows up to wrestling shows.
And Mercedes Moné, while they're alluding to a potential feud with Willow, nothing's really been done, and I feel like they waste so much time with certain big stars. Like they wasted with CM Punk when he was in AEW, where he did nothing for a long period. He was just happy to be there on the microphone.
Yeah, CM Punk. We hear from CM Punk.
Yeah, Sasha Banks. Well, Mercedes Moné needs to be doing something. I don't know if she's still injured or not, but she needs to be put into something to seem meaningful, or it's for nothing. I feel like she should have been attacked the night she came in, or started something the night she came in.
Yeah, I mean, whatever they're doing with it. I don't think she has a character. I think she's just saying she's CEO, but it's not much character there, or development, or storylines, or whatnot. And I can second that they may be doing her dirty, but it's been a track record of AEW. It's been a track record of once you go to AEW, your value somehow drops. I don't know what happens, whether you're Edge, Mercedes, Jay White, Adam Cole. It just goes on and on. The people that they brought in who should be reasons why you watch the show, but as they be on the show, their value drop. I think Moxley's the only one to survive this.
To not sound biased, I believe me and Eric were very critical of when Bray Wyatt was released, and then he was brought back at, I believe it was a Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Or no, it was Extreme Rules. I remember the paper. I remember the lights going down during Matt Riddle leaving the ring.
Yeah, what a great returns.
It was a great return, and then it took till the Royal Rumble for anything to materialize, and we were just very critical because he just kept coming out telling people he was happy to be there, all this nonsense, and the whole thing kind of just loses. It's not. I know they were all about the breadcrumb stuff, but it just doesn't work sometimes in this ADHD generation we all live in.
Yeah, I mean, I was willing to see where it went because I was trusting the process, and then I gave up onto it when Uncle Howdy jumped off the thing, and I was like, "That's the end of this."
Yeah.
And it needed to go somewhere, but there are times when you could come in and you like lose steam. I feel Jade Cargill still has value to her by just using her this week for WrestleMania. And again, like I think the only person who show up at AEW that kept their value kind of was Jon Moxley in their company.
Yeah.
I feel like
but
he came there right away, took immediate impact, and then everybody else kind of just
Kenny,
like
didn't he? When he
took
came
out,
he came on, I think, Double or Nothing, or what the
the
casino
first ever show,
pay-per-view,
the first show,
and then he took out Kenny.
he took out Kenny.
That's
and,
immediate impact.
Yeah, immediate impact, and stayed up on top ever since and whatnot, and just seemed like an immediate impact. As in everybody else who's come in after that, whether you're FTR or whoever, just kind of fizzled out. Just kind of like we lost interest. Even Bryan Danielson, who still probably the best wrestler in the world, is having a bunch of meaningless matches. His value has dropped.
I don't think his value has dropped, but I think what Punk said about their mentality of just have good matches and stuff is true. Like, if they didn't have that if they focused on what they should be doing is like selling tickets and making money. I know it's not always about making money, but when you're at that level and you have a TV deal, you should be making money and you should be concerned about making more money. And it just seems like, oh yeah, good matches will bring all these people in. It doesn't. The reason WWE is successful is because of the storyline stuff.
Yeah.
It's what draws other people in. It's what keeps you interested. If I watch a good match, I may not watch the next good match.
Yeah. You want to tell you what you want to know what I'm going the biggest star in wrestling or entertainment or whatever, I'm going to bring up The Rock. I can't tell you how many great matches he's had. I've enjoyed some of the matches, whether it's WrestleMania 17, where it's him versus Hogan, another person redacted, or various matches throughout the year of his career. But I don't remember his matches or care that he's not giving me 5-star matches. I care that I'm just throwing people off bridges or him cut promos. This is your life with Mick Foley or shit like that. Like I remember all those moments. Or if it's Steve Austin, you remember a few good matches here and there, but you won't. Remember the moments.
I don't have a match that I would ever go back to of Steve Austin outside of Brett versus Steve Austin at WrestleMania 13. I don't think there's any other match okay, but like, were they really great matches?
I enjoyed the hell out of them. I'm gonna call them great. Two legends. I don't care what you say, Manny. Yeah, but you got a point.
No,
you got a point. They're not.
The story going into them way more better than the actual match itself.
Yeah, and I think that is a better business model, and it's more entertaining for me. Just I enjoy characters. I enjoy Drew McIntyre has been a talented wrestler for about 20 years of my life. I've watched this guy for almost about 20 years.
Yeah.
And he's had good matches, athleticism, and he's a freak athlete and all that. Right now, as he's approaching probably 40 or 30 something, late 30s, he's the best in his career due to talking about how he ended CM Punk's career and making fun of Seth Rollins. I enjoy that, and now I'm more invested into him. Roman Reigns is someone who he's not going to give you a classic wrestling match, but you want to see everything he does because his character was so deep and insane. Just saying.
Yeah. And we have just hit 45,000 subscribers.
Ooh. Yeah, I went to sleep earlier and it was at 40 something, 41. 4,000 in less than 3 hours. Impressive. Most impressive. You know what, Indy? I'm taking your impressive out your intro and I'm putting in ours. We're impressive, damn it. You're not.
I told you she ain't impressive. She just ain't.
Yeah, and if you don't like it, what we say, come on the show. And I kiss your ass for about an hour in an interview.
No, I think I think she's as boring. I think she could be a young Nick Aldis. She's quite boring.
Oh, what the fuck, Manny? Come on. That's your lowest standard of boring right there. That is your lowest. You compared Nick Aldis to the raindrop falling out your window as you're trying to go to sleep.
No, I said watching paint dry. I will raindrops falling on your window is more entertaining because you don't know where it's gonna go, how fast the raindrop may hit your window and go down. There's so much more to a rain. There's far more things to do with raindrops falling on a window than Nick Aldis.
You sound insane. Okay. I love how into it you got though. Anything happened with a raindrop. Anything. That sounded like one of those cocaine rants people would give you in a bar. Anything can happen in a raindrop. They can just fall.
How dare you, Marcus? You can drug test me. I am clean. I am clean.
Yeah, fine. You pass your drug test.
Barely.
But yeah, tune in tomorrow for simulations and whatnot and all the other content this week. I'm sure there's going to be a go-home show for NXT tonight, where I honestly could care less about most of the card. So for Trick and Mello, see how that goes.
Well, just the news report that came out yesterday, actually, about Ilya Dragunov was that he isn't moving up yet, but people backstage at NXT already believe he's above the level of NXT. So, and they expect him to have a push similar to Gunther right now.
I just don't know if he can connect with the mainstream
I'm a bit bored
audience.
of his promos. I'm really a bit.
His promos aren't good.
They're not good.
They're just like, oh, you and how I bleed and curves. It's I don't know. It just sounds like he's singing some bullshit.
It may take time because I don't think Gunther really connected till near the end of this run, where he's really being able to talk, and I think he seems a bit more comfortable doing it. Whereas I don't see that with Ilya Dragunov. I feel like it. The emphasis on pain, I don't know if it works everywhere.
Yeah. That's good. He's going to give me a great match, but I don't think the character's there. I do want to see him fight Sheamus, though, if Sheamus ever comes back. He's been missing for years.
Oh, yeah. It's back injury, right?
Yeah. Miss Sheamus. I don't know what the hell we're expecting for Dynamite. I know he ain't dead, Manny. Just feels like it. I don't know what's expected.
I think it's a Will Ospreay match, so that'll be good.
Is he wrestling this week again?
I think so.
If he's having 3 matches already and Mercedes hasn't had none, there's a problem going on.
No, Mercedes needs a match.
Maybe she has one of those schedules like Roman or Rhea, where you just wrestle once every 2 months on TV. Well, Roman don't wrestle on TV at all, but once every 2 months or something.
Hobbs versus
oh man, kick his ass, Hobbs.
We know Hobbs is going to lose, but I do enjoy the big power game versus the speedy guy.
Yeah. That's also one of my downfalls in AEW. It's like whenever they put a matchup like Hobbs and Ospreay, you kind of know how that's going down. Hobbs is going to look invincible. Look, I'm going to give Rupert the match. Let's see if this falls to the Hobbs is going to look invincible. He's going to beat up Ospreay a little bit. Ospreay's going to land 700 moves on Hobbs. Hobbs is going to kick combo out. Yeah, Hobbs is going to kick out probably the I don't know why I'm blanking on what the elbow or Stormbreaker or whatever it's called. He's going to kick out and then take another one and it's going to end. And this is going to be to start the show, and it's going to be about 15 to 13 minutes. They're going to get This Is Awesome chants, Fight Forever chants. Everybody's going to be happy with it. And I'll be like, yeah, but Hobbs was too much of a challenge. He should have put him away earlier. That's my prediction for that match. And I feel like that's every week.
I think that's going to happen. That's always that seems most likely to what's going to happen.
Table spot. I'm going to add a table spot for this one, just because.
Nah, I don't think it needs it.
Ospreay hasn't used a table yet, so I'm going to say this one's going to have a table spot.
I think you'll get interference from Don Callis' family. The only person not helping and maybe hesitant to help would be Carl Fletcher.
Wait a minute. They're both in that family, huh? I don't think it's going to be interference.
Yeah. I think there will be interference, but then Carl Fletcher will look torn between whether I should help or whether I don't.
Oh, okay. I was going to have none and maybe some aftermatch conflict. But then again, He's feuding with Danielson going into the Dynasty, right? That's the next show. Not Double or Nothing. So who knows?
Oh, and WWE announced that Clash of the Castle is coming back, and it's going to be in Scotland, which I'm not going to. That's 9 hours away.
Question is, will Drew McIntyre be champion or in the company? I'm assuming Drew resigned. Go back to Scotland. You can't go without Drew McIntyre. I'm just saying. But you can't go without Drew McIntyre unless his contract expired and he's going to lead the WWE and fight CM Punk for the WWE Championship in Scotland and leave with the title. That's the only way I'm for it. If he just completely said, I'm going to do what you did, Punk. I'm going to leave with the title in my hometown of Scotland, just like you did Chicago with John Cena. I'm all for it.
So it's funny that him, Becky Lynch, and maybe Seth Rollins' contracts are coming up in 2 months.
Yeah.
And Becky went on record on the MMA Hour last week to say no one's actually spoken to her about a contract yet.
I'm sure they've all talked to these people. It's better to keep it unknown for storyline purposes.
I saw the worst April Fool's joke yesterday.
Oh no. Are you gonna elaborate?
The MJF one. The MJF one. MJF signs for WWE. I was like, oh, in their right mind.
Yeah. I thought it was gonna be a real April Fool's joke, Manny, where it was something really horrible at the end. You go, oh, that's not good. But still kind of make me chuckle a little bit because, you know, dark sense of humor.
No, the one I fell for was the fried chicken prime. And I'm not going to lie. You know me, Marcus.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not black, but I feel like I am a fried chicken connoisseur.
You are! Man, black people ain't eating KFC.
Or a fried chicken sommelier.
What a job!
I feel like
I'm sure you got high blood pressure and probably going to die of heart disease, but you will be one of the great fried chicken sommeliers. I taste all the herbs and spices in this one. Colonel was all, Colonel, you came out of pocket for this one, Colonel. You out of your mind.
Who wrestles first, Monet or Punk?
Monet.
And who lasts longer in the company?
Ooh.
I think
for some reason I have Punk lasted longer than Monet because
I think Monet will stay out of contract. I think it's 3 years. I think she'll stay out of contract, but you may have a female Punk situation going on over there the moment she doesn't get her way.
Yeah, I can see her losing her mind due to the way she's being presented on AEW, you know, right now, and you know, the pressure of her realizing that she isn't a draw right now and they're not growing. And then she just flips out on Tony and, you know, that's the end. I have Punk lasting longer in the company. Punk sounds like a company man these days.
Monet's going to realize that she isn't quite the draw she thinks she is.
Well, I think she should
with
be
this AEW run.
The first
because the way they treat women in that company, the only way it's gonna improve is if the fans show that level of respect to the women. Not that the WWE fans do nearly as much, but when they
ain't shit either.
But they made noise for them to kind of take notice and make changes. The only way that's going to happen in AEW is if a fan movement makes so much noise that Tony has to take it serious, because he ain't going to change the way. He ain't going to change the way most wrestling bookers do, even in the independents, where you get one women's wrestling match.
But Manny, I'm going to attack the AEW fan base just a little bit right here. They're a bunch of musty neckbeards who I believe don't care about women unless they're shaking their ass. I think that's their. I think that's the audience. I'm like, that's the audience. No, that'll be yeah. Huh? I feel like that's
Storm kind of does.
Yeah, Tony Storm pulls oranges out of her ass, Manny.
And pans.
Yeah. But I think that the niche wrestling fan, the ones that, you know, go to the indies and compare 5-star, 4-star matches or whatnot, they don't care about women's wrestling.
I mean, I'm not
WWE
getting
at least
paid
have
for this
kids.
plug. I'm not getting paid for this plug, but Pro Wrestling Eve, go check that out on the YouTubes. Big time match: Alex Windsor versus Charlie Morgan. Fight to the finish. Loser leaves Eve. I've contributed to the funds for the weapons to be used in that match. These two are incredible women's wrestlers that I think one of them probably going to move to bigger and better things. I think Alex Windsor, the current, I don't know their status, but she may be coming over to the American independent scene soon with Will Ospreay over in AEW. I think he's still going back and forth, but yeah, I think she's going to start breaking America. She's really talented wrestler.
That's good. Rooting for.
Yeah.
Anyway, and Luchador, I can't deny this is honestly true. They just don't. No one actually watches that in America. It's a very small audience, but they put on some hella fight matches.
Very small audience. I think the promotion is called Sandow, which is owned by Meiko Satomura. Huge ring, like huge. That ring is massive. It's either that or the Japanese women in it make that ring look tiny.
I think it's a combination of both. Probably.
But do you know what the way it's shot? You know, in WWE, you don't tend to see both posts along the side. It's shot like that where you can see both posts, but then normally you would clear the ring with like 3 to 4 steps if you're running the ropes. This ring looks like you got to take 8.
Yeah, do the 40-yard dash.
Huge. Yeah, this ring is huge. Yeah, that promotion, I don't understand or know half the wrestlers, but like whenever they show a match, I watch a match. It's sick.
All right. Well, I guess we should end the show. We're at our. Thanks everybody for subscribing and whatnot, and join us on this ride. But again, join us for the watch alongs. I think it's going to be epic. It's going to be amazing. I think we're going to be our best selves.
Well, we're doing multiple streams on the first.
Yeah, that's why I'm not promising which one is going to be our best selves, because I'm sure I'm going to be dead tired for Stand and Deliver. 9 in the morning. 9 in the morning.
Stand and Deliver is on, and then we got the WrestleMania Night 1. I might do the Slammies if I'm awake and find it funny on the first Sunday, and then we got WrestleMania Night 2. And then I smartly took the week off after that, so I might do a Raw Raw after WrestleMania, but recently they have been shit. I'm hoping under the Triple H era this may be better.
Well, you have to lower expectations to build it back up, and I think we will hear some calls, ups, and debuts and stuff. And you know what? It'd be nice to see if Cody is champion, to see him with that title and a nice little celebration, and then him getting attacked by the Big Show and challenge him to a match. I don't know.
Who would be the equivalent of that now that the Big Show's gone?
I don't know, maybe Ivar, Braun Strowman. If Braun Strowman ever came back.
Still injured, isn't he?
Yeah, but I don't know how long he's out for. It's been a while, so he can always make his return.
Yeah, so like the video, subscribe if you haven't. Gunther, you're gonna wait till Germany.
Yeah, but if it'll be one of those matches where they set up, but they don't actually do anything. Like it has a no finish or something.
Because they got to go to Paris first.
Paris.
Oh, they're not even in Paris. They're somewhere else. They're not in. I feel my real main gripe with France is Paris, but everywhere else seems fine. And Marcus, you know what they call that? Personal growth.
Manny has character development. Yes. Achieved. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, like the video, subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow.
That's what happens
will
when
be
you
a
fuck
live.
with the final boss. I'm gonna say it without the bleep.
It's a live show tomorrow, so tune in when you can, and it will be WWE 2K24. And yeah, we out. Peace.
Look at this fucking fest. Look
The
like
Rock
he
looks
killed
like a
half a
leaky
cow.
penis.
He looks like a cow that evolved into a man. Oh no, what do I do with all these manly abilities? Roman looks judgmental too. Who the fuck am I hanging around? What's wrong with my cousin? What is wrong with my cousin?